Hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows, and again there is a sad part to this video, and for the past few weeks we've had that being a regular occurrence, and I'm getting rather sick of the negativity in VR, and I see areas of the community stewing, but then there are other parts that are standing up against the adversity that makes me so proud to be part of this community. So let's go over some new games, the sadness, and stories of triumph. Let's get started. No, wait. That's enough chin wagging. Let's get started. Starting with a new title, Yupitergrad 2, the next installment for one of the best titles on offer in the standalone space, where you'll swing around using your plungers attached to ropes, a bit like Spider-Man, just a bit more rudimentary. The announcement of this release is not new, but something interesting is that they've recently announced that this is going to be a timed exclusive for Pico during the first half of 2023. With this knowledge, we also got the latest gameplay trailer, which showed some new and improved plunger hands, beautiful, stunning cel-shaded art style, and the art style always seems to run so well and give us really crisp lines on the Quest platform. Those scenes where you're swinging across the map, shooting enemies, gets me so pumped. I have no doubt this game is going to be a beauty. Thankfully I got a Pico to play the dang thing, otherwise I'm going to have to wait. There's also a new game available right now on Quest. This is called Gun Jam, which if you think hard enough, that name can start sounding really rather disgusting in a way. This is a rhythm shooter that looks to offer something different to Pistol Whip, Beat Saber and Audica. Kinda. The aim of the game, pun intended, is to take out the enemies to the beat. There is a metronome at the bottom of the screen, and the style of play looks to be more witty than the alternatives. It looks like Pistol Whip meets Mother Gunship meets Audica to me. It offers EDM music, hip-hop, and metal tunes. It's going to cost you $15 on the MetaQuest store, and the PC version should be aiming for release later this year still. Now let's talk about one more game before going into the sadness and the rant before ending it on some uplifting stories so we can end this with a good day. You may have noticed Drop Dead Cabin videos have been popping up all over the place, and I have had the privilege to play this title before its release, and this game is offering like a Call of Duty Zombies similar styled experience but on a standalone VR headset, where you cooperatively have to take out the enemies to get points to unlock new areas and to find weapons, trying to survive for as long as you can so you can be extracted from the map and survive the undead. I love this studio. They made Drop Dead Dual Strike, one of my first loves in the standalone space. This game also uses your meta avatars, which some people have complained about, but it does allow you to have a customized character that looks a bit like yourself or your online presence that you've designed. It also fits the style of play in this game. It isn't one to take itself too seriously. The animated art style is a bit witty, but do not be fooled, be warned, this game is so hard. It's out available now for $18.99, which is around $23. They've even sent creator boxes, this little merch box, and it contains a super dry jacket. I think that's just nuts. It's one of the most bougie boxes I've ever received, so thank you for that, guys. Okay, on to the part that's been grinding my gears. Many of you are already aware that we've seen games discontinued, support dropped for certain devices, projects cancelled. There are just far too many things in a short space of time that are a very bad look on VR, and it's negative for the VR space. I've spoken about these stories every week for the past month, and this week is no different. And within this, we're starting with Nerf Ultimate Championship, a major brand-endorsed VR title that's going to be delisted and shut down this August. This game has only been around since August 2022. That's less than a year, and they've already decided to close up shop and move on. So they have stated that with recent changes at our parent company, Secret Location will be shutting down as a studio and will no longer have the resources to continue supporting the game. And there are a couple of things here that are quite sad. One is the loss of a title and its studio in the VR space, but also the message that's being sent out that VR experiences, even when you have a brand like Nerf behind you, does not mean you're going to be viable and be able to maintain resources and be a success. Although I know the studio isn't completely to blame, there is a lack of demand in VR due to the size of the consumer base. So it's not a very easy task to do, plus there are some other external factors. But combining that story with the fact that Tencent are apparently no longer developing a new VR headset now either, they've backed out because it's not going to be seen as profitable and will need much more investment, that is another slap around the face. A clear sign of what the people with money who are funding and allowing people to lay down the foundation of this platform think that it's a lost cause. They stated that the company would not be profitable until 2027 and said, nope, fine, forget it. And then ByteDance are looking to lay off hundreds of people in the Pico interactive division, reducing their workforce there by around 30%. Even Meta are dropping a community staple in the VR space, its esports title, Echo. And I'm just left throwing my hands up in the air, trying to share the message of distaste, and I'm tired of a community and medium that I love so much constantly being tarnished and bashed by those that not only do not understand the platform and its community, but they place blame on us for their shortcomings and understanding. So let's move on to something a bit more positive and something that's created by those in the community, because this is one of the best communities around. So there is a Dragon Ball event occurring called Battle Hour, and they've recently posted, well, I say recently, it was on February the 7th, but it went under my radar. They have tweeted something out that stated something rather special, saying only at Battle Hour, play the special VR game. Become Gohan and put an end to Cell's evil ambitions. Don't miss this immersive Dragon Ball experience. The special VR game is only at Battle Hour 2023, so sign up now. And they posted a couple of pictures of the VR experience down below where you look to be fighting Cell. Hopefully they release this after the event though, so we can try it ourselves. Perhaps they can gain a little bit of profit. I just need to play it. Just let me be. And adding on to that for more great VR news is that the Capcom website is showing a Street Fighter VR experience, officially from Capcom themselves. After such success with Resident Evil 4, I'm hoping that they are inspired to do this next. You may have seen myself play the fan-made version of this that did not look great. It was rough around the edges, and that's being kind. This looks above and beyond. The character models look fantastic, the environments look shiny, and the gameplay mechanics seem thought out, as you can see that there are markers where it's telling the user where to hit in certain situations, so they have thought about the battle and the combat there as well. So let's see what happens there. I am rather excited. I hope something comes from this. But finally, maybe one of the greatest stories over recent years around adversity in the VR space. So many of you may already know that support for Echo is going soon, and it's one of the greatest esports communities in VR. I've even attended some of the events myself, and I will be attending the next one. It was so fantastic. So if you are attending that, I will see you there. So Lemmings VR, a Gorilla Tag developer, posted initially saying, "We won't let there be zero G VR sports games. More news about our new project soon." Which was then retweeted by David Newbelt, who also works on Gorilla Tag, but was previously at Ready at Dawn, who are the creators of Echo VR. And he said, "We're expanding our team to support our new project. Love to see people apply who love Zero G VR sports games. We want to build this game for the community and by the community." This whole story is like a film. Like, a studio gets bought out by Meta. Meta shut down the project. They moved to a title that was denied from the main store of Meta and became one of the most successful VR games that we have seen, even taking over Beat Saber. Now those folks have decided to recreate this esports staple in VR as a massive middle finger. It's rather poetic, and it could easily be a movie storyline. So please follow these guys, join my Discord to stay posted around what's going on here, and of course subscribe to the channel because I will be posting things about it. But I'm just a loss for words here. The VR community is one of the best. Overall, you guys are fantastic. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Please consider subscribing and joining the Discord, and hopefully I will see you next time. Have a great week. Happy gaming. Good day!